All right, let's talk about tracking for ads and how you can do that using quizzes. If you've been affected by the iOS 14 update, or you're just having trouble understanding who's engaging with your ads and why they're buying or not buying, who's not buying, all that kind of stuff. I mean, really, it just comes down to that, right? Who's going to buy and who's not going to buy. And you really need to understand that in order to dial in your ad strategy and be able to reach the right people with the right message at the right time, right? Which is what advertising is all about. That's all you got to do is those three things, right? People, right time, right message. But if you can't understand who's engaging and who's not, then it's very hard to dial that in. So I want to take you through an example of how this can work using a quiz to understand your audience, the data that you'll be able to see on the back end, and then how to implement something similar for your brand. So this example that I have pulled up here is a stick selector quiz. This is from Otter Hockey, based out of the UK. I want to show you some screenshots of what this looks like on Instagram. Here's what the ad will look like in your feed. Try our stick quiz, find your perfect stick, and then when you click on that, it'll take you to the stick selector. And then I want to take you through what that stick selector actually does. So if I click start and I go through these questions, it's going to recommend a stick and it's going to redirect to some Shopify landing pages at the end. That's best practice. That's how we recommend doing it. That's something we can certainly help with. So I finish this. It's redirecting me to this page. It's recommending this stick here. Quite cool. So I really like that. That's cool. And that's the experience for the person taking the quiz. And I mean, quizzes for hundreds of years. We did a bunch of research before we started this company back in 2013. But we did a lot of research and we found that people have been engaging with quizzes for hundreds of years. I mean, before the internet, people were still taking quizzes. They were just doing it in person at pub nights and things like that. Now, with the advent of the internet and e-commerce, people are taking quizzes to find the right products, to find their style, all that kind of stuff. And we do see a lot of product quizzes. We also work with coaches and course creators, things like that. So I want to take you through to the back end to see what data is actually going to be available to you. Here on my screen here, we have the analytics from the quiz that we run at Interact, which is what is the best quiz for your business. And for each of the questions, you'll see this chart here. It has a breakdown of what percentage of people answer the question each way. And that's zero party data. That's data that people have chosen to give you. And if you are collecting leads with your quiz, you can actually see the data per lead. So you can see somebody that opts in to your quiz, exactly how they answered each of the questions and which outcome they got. The other thing that's really cool, if you are collecting leads, is that you can see how many people opted in who got each of your results. So for example, here, we have an outcome that's for health and fitness businesses. And we see that in the last period of time, there have been 36 leads who came in who got that outcome and 69 skips. We have that opt-in form optional. And so you can see, if one personality type or one outcome of your quiz is opting in much higher than the others, that's a great example of, okay, like that's the perfect fit for us. I think the other thing that's really cool here is just being able to see how people answer these questions. Like we have a question here, what industry is closest to yours? And we can see an exact breakdown of what industries our customers are in. And maybe it'll surprise you. Maybe it's not what you thought. For us, this is pretty close to what we thought. But you might find something in here that really throws you off, or you're not really sure about. Which email marketing system do you use? That's another big one, right? So people that are using email marketing systems, for us, that's a big thing that we need to know in order to be able to better serve our customers and create good content and do marketing. So this is all the data that you'll get on the back end. And this is pretty much, I would say it's better than what you were able to get through an ad platform, which now that's more limited or harder to access. And the other thing about this is that it's not going anywhere. We've been doing this for 10 years and people have been collecting this data, zero party data. When you do have the lead gen form turned on, I want to show you an example of that from our good friends over at Henry's House of Coffee, just so you can see what that one looks like. Theirs is here. They have a coffee matchmaker. They also run this through all the social platforms and things like that. And when you click on this, it says get matched. You click get started. It opens up the quiz, and that opt-in form is going to come up at the end of the questions before the results. So here, right? So when somebody opts in here, you're able to then, do your privacy compliance, which is up to you. We have the options for it. You can turn it on. When you do that, you can then see the exact profiles of everybody that's opting in through your quiz, and then be able to get all that good data so that you can then, refine your targeting and make sure that you're reaching, again, the right people at the right time with the right message, using this platform as your data collection center for gathering all that zero party data so that you can better understand how to then go out and reach more people. We also use this as a way of informing social posts, blog posts, all the content that we create, because we're able to know and understand the people that are coming through and that are interested in what we have to offer. And that's another huge benefit of this, is just really understanding that. So I also want to run you through really quickly how the system works for creating one of these quizzes and launching it, because it's a premium experience that is just a lot easier than a lot of the options for creating quizzes. There's quite a few options now, but what we have done that's unique is when you click create a new quiz here, we have templates already built out for a lot of industries. So some of our big ones, right? Like skincare is a big one for us. And so if you're in the skincare industry, you might have a skin type quiz. We have a template already ready for you. We have some breakout quizzes. We have a what's your skin saying. And so you can just pop these in, and I'm just going to click use template. You can just pop this into the builder, connect your email list, and launch within 5 minutes. I've done it literally in 5 minutes before, because everything is already in here. The questions are in here. The results are in here. You just turn lead gen on and connect it up to Klaviyo or whatever you're using. And then you can pop it onto your Shopify site and be up and running. So really, really easy to launch. And it's just an experience that takes out all that content creation piece, because since we started, again, 10 years ago, we've always faced this problem that it's such a new thing to try to build a quiz. Like, we're all used to writing headlines or social posts or blog posts or other types of content. Video somewhat is getting more commonplace now, but writing a quiz is just such a new thing. And we've taken that step out because we wrote all these quizzes for you. We have an amazing team of writers that works on this full time, and they just create these quizzes based on the personas, and they build in all the psychology, and there's a whole system behind it. But the benefit for you is that all you got to do is jump in here, and you can publish this quiz in a couple minutes. And then, like, here's the quiz. I'll show you, like, literally the quiz that I just published. There we go. It was just populating. I can copy that link, and then here's the quiz that I just made. Obviously, you can change everything on this, but it's easy. I mean, it's done for you essentially, and all you got to do is connect up that list, and then you can get this out there. And then you can obviously modify the questions and put in things that you want to know about, so that you can make sure that you are gathering the right data so that you can learn about your audience. So wanted to share this because it is a way of building a long-term solution for the changes both through iOS and all the data privacy changes, things like that. A way of asking people if they would like to give you their information rather than trying to scrape it or gather it from somewhere else. And it's a longer term sustainable solution for learning about your audience in a way that, ask them and you connect with the customer. And it's also a super memorable experience for the customer. So in that way, it's better in the long run, because you are creating these longer term memorable experiences, and people do remember these quizzes a lot because it's a quiz. What's not to like about it? So Just wanted to share that with you. You can give it a try. I'll put a link below. We do have a free trial at tryinteract.com. You check this out. You can use these templates and launch something, start running it as ads, and then see how it goes. So give it a shot.